Hey YouTube, how's it going? I'm finally making another video, and I've been looking around a lot because I watch a lot of YouTube videos about photography, and I watch a lot about making videos, and I see a lot of stuff about bokeh and bokeh, or however you say it. Is it necessary? Can I get it with this camera? Can I get it with that camera? And since I have two cameras of my own, I have a full frame Sony that I'm shooting on right now, and I have a Canon. It's a 200D, it's a APS-C crop sensor. I was thinking, can you get bokeh on a crop sensor? Yes, you can. It's not going to be as blurred out. Well, I couldn't get it as blurred out as some people can get it on a full frame sensor. Yeah, maybe it's just my technique. But we went on vacation, and I had my camera, and I took some pictures. I was going to do this video months back, but I got lazy. And I took some pictures with my son, and I switched out lenses. And what I learned from taking pictures and stuff is that it doesn't have so much to do with the sensor of the camera. Every camera you can, I'm guessing, every camera you can get some sort of blurred background, whether it's full frame cropped or possibly micro four thirds. I'm not sure. I've never used one, so I couldn't tell you. But I was able to get some blurred out background, and I think it's got to do more with your distance from the subject. You know, the closer you can get to them, and the farther you can get them from the background. And as you'll see in the pictures later, it's kind of tricky when you get to the longer focal lengths. Let me get my Canon real quick. I'll show you what camera it is, and I'll get my lenses, and that way you can see what's going on. And I'm going to be showing you some photos as well. Right back. Okay, I got my Canon, and right now it's got the 10-18, which is good because that's the first lens I'm going to talk to you about. And this lens, 10-18 millimeter, it's an EFS lens. It's made for this camera, or this sensor size. It's a variable aperture camera. So that means when I'm around 10, it's going to shoot at an aperture of about 4.5, and then it'll gradually close down when I get more towards the 18 side to 5.6. And it is stabilized. It's a good setup here. I like it. So, I got my computer up. Let's go ahead and start with the first picture. So this is the first picture we took. This is completely open, as wide as I could get the lens, 4.5. And I've got him, you know, pretty well centered. I mean, you'll see later on about the composure things. There's not much blurriness, like way out in the background, in the distance, the trees, the boats, they're kind of blurred out, but it's not that great. So now we're going to shoot over to 18 millimeter. Now here, the lens closed down to about 5.6. So that means more is in focus, of course. But I tried to get in closer to him, and I tried to kind of keep the same composure. And you can see in the background that the trees in the very back and the lake, it's kind of got some blur to it. And the pine trees behind him are starting to get a little bit blurry. So we're getting there. I mean, that's not what this lens is really designed for. If I would have got closer to him, I bet it would have gotten blurrier. But, you know, this is what I shot. And yeah, this is not really a lens for that. But you know what? I'll try it again. I'll do another video where I shoot with this one and see if I can't get a blurry background. So, all right, let's see what's next. The good old kit lens, 18 to 55. Now, some people like this lens, some people hate this lens. I like it. I don't have a problem with it. It starts at 3.5 and it goes to 5.6. I can't remember, I have to keep looking. This next shot, I try to get the same composure, and you can see I didn't use my flash. I don't know why, but I didn't use it. Probably would have made a difference. But on the very bottom left, you can see there's a little branch, and it's pretty well in focus. He's in focus, and the trees are getting a little bit blurrier. The background's getting blurrier. The boats on the water, everything's getting a lot blurrier. Now, we jump over to 55 on this, and that closes down to 5.6. The background is getting blurrier, the trees are getting blurrier. If we go back to the 18mm, you see the two trees that are kind of being framed from these two trees. You can see how different they look, how closer they look, and how much blurrier they look. So that's a kit lens. It's pretty sharp. If I would have used the flash, it would have been better, of course, but I'm still learning. Give me a break. All right, so now this is not part of the what do they call it, the trifecta or whatever? I don't know what the 3 lens. I have a 50, a little nifty 50. It's a 1.8, and this is the one, the $100. It's around $100 or so. I bought it used. It still works, and it goes all the way to 1.8. Now, you see with this 50, look at the background. The picture's sharp. He's in focus. Everything is good. The trees, I don't know. To me, they look a little bit closer, a little bit narrower. They're not so far apart. But anyway, you see how I got closer to him. He stayed in the same place. The background, of course, didn't move. And now look at that blurry background. That's a 1.8 on a crop sensor camera. And you do the math, the 50mm comes out, was it like 80 something? I'll do the math. I'll put it down below. But that's where we are on that. Now, my new lens that I got for my favorite, I don't want to say my favorite, but it's the one other than this wide angle for video, this is the one that I use the most for photos. This is the 55 to 250, and it starts at f4 and then goes all the way to 5.6. But if you look at this, 55mm f4, and it's almost as blurred out as the 50 with the 1.8, and this is f4. So let's see if I can go back and we can compare them. Yeah, the 50mm 1.8, you get a lot more blur. I mean, come on, how much more do you get compared to this? It's still blurry, still a blurred out background, and he's still focused, and I like it. It's not bad. Now let's see what 250 looks like. Look at that tree in the background. So much compression, you know. I had with this one really. I was really far away just to get this shot, and it's blown out. That's why I like this one. I would have had to have some kind of flash right next to him in order to get his face to brighten up, but there you have it. Crop sensor camera with crop sensor lenses. You can still get a blurry background. So there it is. 4 lenses, pretty similar. I think with the 10 to 18 I could have got closer, and it probably would have made a little bit more of a difference, but not much. And the rest of them, they perform great. It's more to do with your technique, I think, and where you place your model compared to the background, and how close you are, and also your focal length. At 250, I get as close as I can, keeping them in frame, and I'm getting close to what the 51.8. I think I'm going to take these out. I'm going to shoot some more. I'm going to use flash this time when I can. This one, I don't think it'll work, the onboard flash, but the other 3 for sure it will. And I'm going to try again. I'm going to shoot some more, and then I'll probably post them to my Instagram, and then we'll see if there's any difference. You know, to see if I've figured anything else out. You know, it's a learning experience. You should always be learning. when it comes to photography and making videos, just like I am today. I'm learning. So if you're interested in learning with me, follow me on Instagram, like and subscribe here on YouTube. And if you have any questions, put them down below. Any comments, any tips, please put them down below in the comments. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.